Welcome back to the Explainer. Okay, today we are officially closing out Module 7, and we're doing it with a tool that completely flips the script on file sharing. Everything we've covered up to this point relies on a central hub to coordinate your data. But today, we are looking at Syncthing. It's this incredibly powerful open source tool that just completely ditches the middleman for a true peer-to-peer approach. Let's dive in and see how cutting the cord to the central server might actually be the ultimate upgrade for your workflow. But first, let's take a step back and challenge how we normally think about file syncing. I want you to ask yourself a quick question. When you drag a file into a shared folder, exactly whose infrastructure is your sensitive data passing through? For most of us, we don't even think about it, right? We just trust it gets from point A to point B. But in the background, your data is almost always making a pit stop on a server that you probably don't even own. So in a traditional sync model, your device talks to a third-party server, and then that server talks to your other devices. You are entirely dependent on that middleman's infrastructure, even if it's just for a split second. Syncthing, on the other hand, takes a fundamentally different, direct peer-to-peer approach. Your laptop talks straight to your phone or straight to your desktop. No detours, no pit stops, and absolutely no third-party cloud.
All right, let's get into Section 1, the central server problem.
Running a central file server, even if you're brave enough to self-host it, it comes with some pretty significant hidden headaches. Suddenly, you're on the hook for ongoing maintenance, software patching, and playing a constant game of storage Tetris to make sure you have enough hard drive space for everyone's data. Worse than that, the server is a massive single point of failure. If it crashes, your entire team's syncing just grinds to a halt. And for businesses handling highly sensitive information, forcing your files to route through external infrastructure is just a massive privacy red flag. Which brings us to Section 2, the peer-to-peer solution. Meet Syncthing. This is an open-source tool operating under the MPL 2.0 license, and it's been actively developed by a really privacy-focused community since 2013. It's a fully decentralized solution. That means it allows you to sync files directly from one device to another with absolutely zero central hubs required. The whole architecture was built from the ground up to give you total control. And honestly, it packs in some incredible features despite having no central brain. You get highly granular control with folder-level sharing, so you choose exactly which specific folders sync to which specific devices. What if two people edit a file at the exact same time? Automatic conflict resolution flags it right up for manual review. It's wonderfully cross-platform too, natively supporting Windows, macOS, Linux, and Android. You manage the whole shebang through a really clean web UI, complete with local file versioning to protect you from accidental overwrites. And for the power users out there, you even get a REST API for custom automation. But you know what the most compelling feature is for small businesses and solopreneurs? The price tag. It is $0. $0. Because there's no central server, you pay zero hosting costs. And thanks to its open source license, there are zero commercial licensing fees. No paid tiers, no premium features hidden behind a paywall, nothing. To put that into perspective, let's look at the broader market for a second. If you want a popular paid alternative for peer-to-peer syncing, a tool like ResilioSync is a fantastic product for sure, but it can hit you with a roughly $60 one-time license per user or push you into a subscription tier. Syncing gives you that pure device-to-device syncing capability while completely eliminating both the licensing fees and the server infrastructure expenses entirely. Let's move on to Section 3, Security and Real-World Application. The security model here is just brilliant in its simplicity. Because files transfer directly between your devices, they use strong end-to-end encryption for all data in transit. But more importantly, and this is key, because there is no central server, there's no central honeypot for an attacker to target. You are literally removing the single biggest point of vulnerability, which grants you ultimate data ownership and total peace of mind. Let's look at a real-world scenario from our source material. Imagine a two-person consulting partnership handling highly confidential legal documents. By using Syncthing, their sensitive project folders synced automatically between their laptops whenever both were online. Those client files never once touched a shared cloud, so they completely solved their client's strict confidentiality concerns, and they did it without ever setting up a single server. Okay, time for Section 4, Limitations and Common Mistakes. We need to have a quick reality check because no tool is perfect. The biggest limitation of a peer-to-peer system is that devices must be online simultaneously, at least periodically, for files to actually sync. If your desktop at home is turned off, your laptop at the coffee shop isn't getting those files until the desktop is turned back on. You also lose the centralized admin permissions and web-based file browsing that larger teams really rely on with server-based tools. And please remember this crucial mistake. Syncthing is a synchronization tool. It is not a default backup solution. If you delete a file on one device, it deletes on the other. Each device is still totally responsible for its own local backups. That leads us right into Section 5. Who is this for? As you can see in this table, your choice really comes down to architecture. Do you need a centralized hub for a big team? Then you're looking at things like Nextcloud or Cfile, which require a server and come with varying costs. But if you want pure device-to-device syncing without a server, your main showdown is between Syncthing and Resilio Sync. Syncthing gives you that exact functionality for $0, completely bypassing those per-user fees. Ultimately, the ideal users for Syncthing are privacy-focused individuals, small partnerships, and businesses actively trying to avoid the headache of server infrastructure. If that sounds like you, you're gonna love it. The wrong fit? Yeah, do not deploy this for a 50-person enterprise that needs broad team collaboration, central admin controls, and universal web access. If you do, you will end up with a tangled, overly complex web of sync relationships that will drive you crazy. Let's wrap things up with Section 6, Setup and Final Verdict. Getting started is refreshingly simple, mostly because there's no server to spin up. Step 1, you literally just download and install the software directly on the specific devices you want to connect. Step 2, you pair those devices using a secure device ID exchange. It's sort of like a digital handshake. And step 3, this is a massive pro tip from our sources, pilot a single test folder first. Get comfortable with how the syncing behaves, agree on how you'll handle file conflicts with your partner, and do all that before migrating your entire file ecosystem over. So, our final verdict? Syncthing is just an incredible piece of software. It offers unmatched privacy, simplicity, and absolute cost savings for those specific use cases where you want to completely reject the central server architecture. It does exactly one thing, and it does it exceptionally well. And that officially wraps up our explainer for Module 7 on file storage. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next explainer as we launch into Module 8. We'll be diving deep into websites, CMS, and e-commerce by looking at WordPress, literally the world's most popular free content management system. Until then, I'll leave you with this final thought. If the cloud is really just a fancy word for someone else's computer, well, isn't it time you took your data back into your own hands? See you next time.